This vlog is brought to you by Mission Services. Please make a big donation to Mission Services here in Hamilton for great value. Now, you want to help homeless people? Make a big donation to Mission Services. If you do that, you'll help feed the homeless. I may keep many of them help homeless get housed. I don't want to see panhandlers out there saying spare change. So make donation and see to Mission Service. You can make big, moderate donations for cash, food, money. If you're fit, donate it. Clothing too, as well. Anyways, on with my blog. Well, today I am making a cedar wig. This is my new wig, Marilyn Monroe wig. It looks nice. Don't it look nice on me, you know? Man, oh man, I look pretty damn good. I look like a movie star. I'm not even close to being a movie. Nowhere close to Marilyn Monroe. And let's see. I looked at her, some of her films. Very good. Well, she's a good actor, but you know. But somehow, when you get big, when you get fame, when you get fortune, and you're making millions and trillions of dollars, that movie industry, you got the people who want to cash in on it, cash in early on. Got fraudsters in the industry. They want to get you. And they will get you any way they can. You got gangsters in there sometimes, the real gangsters. They're out there, they'll sell you a contract. If you neg a contract, they show up, they go with a Tommy gun in, and either in those days, in that time, Tommy gun go, you done. Or poison you and you end up like that too, basically. So, you know, that's what happens when you get too big. And today we get famous, we get to be big rock stars or movie stars, get famous. The people sit there and think, I'm gonna make all kinds of money, I'm gonna sue you for this and sue you for that. And they sue people. They sue them for saying they committed, sex acts on their kids. We sue them for being a pedophile. Sue them for this, sue them for that. And trust me, there are a lot of people out there do that. They do it for profit too. Because taking a lawsuit on a big actor, why people sue rock star or big actors like that? I tell you why. Rock stars got money. Lots of money. So the movie actors got lots and lots and lots of money too. What did they do? To sue them for this to sing. You got it. Money. You can't eat money. You can't eat money, but we can buy nice thing money, but can't eat it. That's true. That's something the Attorney General said at Six Nations. See, Arnie said you can't eat money, but you can spend it. Good point, I think about it. You're pretty right about that. Being hereditary thief, you're pretty right about it, Anyways, Arnie General hereditary, pretty right. Well, actually, I knew Arnie General for many, many years. I know him, and I heard of him for years and years and years. Honestly, so you should find out stuff about it constantly, Me and him used to have good conversations, got to know him very good, Steve. Even been to a Cyberpunk longhouse a couple of times. We had longhouse ceremony, been there. Quite a beautiful longhouse inside. You gotta sit where ladies sit in longhouses. You don't just go sit with a husband or wife or whoever. You don't sit with boyfriend, for when they're long. It's true the very day. Each year, during times, the sides switch. So, it usually the right side in winter time, left side in summertime, while vice versa, and then that's common if in any longhouse. It's in the Upper Cuban longhouse, Cyberpunk, are very common. Quite a little place, inside it. And I got a good wood stove in there and fences. I remember years and years and years ago, I got stuck up on 6th and 8th and, went to Fireside and accused me of committing something I didn't do. That really, I couldn't go to Fireside. I was sitting outside wondering what to do, and finally ended up this. I'm going to freaking walk my way off Reserve into Brantford. So I started walking. Actually walked across the Indian Reservation. I walked across the Reserve. And then, know what I did? Oh, I walked across the Reserve. Actually, funny because I walked all the way down. I made it to Sour Spring Longhouse. I was just exhausted by then. It was dark out and hot and humid out and muggy that night. So I was sitting there thinking, okay, maybe I should need to rest for a little bit, And I made it to Sour Spring. Maybe I need to get some sun. I don't know what else to do. So I was so tired that I lied down underneath the overhang of bench there. Oh, I just thought I'm going to lie down on this bench, no problem. So I lied down on this bench and didn't think anything of it. It was a very wonderful night. And then, no. Then I figured out, no. And then I thought, we're getting a little cool. So I got up. The doors open to the longhouse. I walked inside the longhouse. And the wood stove in there. And I got, what I did is I turned around. There was some coal. I put a couple of lumps of coal. What I did is I put some little piece of wood in there and a newspaper. And a piece of not paper. I put that in there and some coal, and I lit a little fire inside that old Quebec heater. Got it going. I go on me, lie down on a bench, and guess what? And about 7 o'clock in the morning, I lie down on the floor. But at 7 o'clock in the morning, I get somebody wakes me up. Lo and behold, it's Chief Attorney General. And he said to me, a longhouse keeper, I said, do you have a good sleep in the longhouse? I sure did. 7 o'clock in the morning, and we're getting ready to do ceremony. Well, yeah, we came in to get ready to do a ceremony for a strawberry ceremony, and we found her sound asleep on the floor. Yeah, well, I needed a place to sleep, I mean, I got stuck here overnight and got no place to go, and I didn't somewhere. Why don't you stay for the ceremony and we see if somebody gives you a ride in Hamilton. If I stayed for a ceremony, it was very wonderful. And again, I tell you, really good. Best ceremony I've had. Best time I had. And a really delicious meal after ceremony. And so then afterward, after Arnie says to me, get in a car, give me a ride home. Arnie gave me a ride home to Hamilton that day. After dinner, actually, I helped clean up. What I did do, I went in the kitchen and cleaned up the kitchen, everything put away, washed, put away, everything. And at 7 o'clock at night, everything clean, put away. And then I left. And then I did after that, and then I left. And then when I left, guess what? Then they got a car and he drove me back to Hamilton, basically, and that's that. So it's pretty interesting, The best night's sleep the best night's sleep I ever had, I think about it. And I had a very vivid dream. I dreamed about native and old outfits and give me guidance. All of my dreams I get these spiritual guidance. From guidance from native spirits gave me a lot of guidance on what to do in life. They said to me to transition into a woman, which I done. But what do you think? I like my wig? Well, and all that. So as time went on, I did that and many other things. I did a powwow dance. I was trying to fit in native culture, couldn't fit in. Actually, all through my life, I tried to fit in a place I couldn't fit into. And then finally, finally, when the spirits told me along house that it was not you trying to fit in, what you're meant to be in life. We're meant to be a woman. You're not meant to be a man. You're meant to be a female. And that makes perfect sense why I couldn't fit in a lot of time. Why I had problems with school learning and had learning disorders and that, and why I tried to fit in a man's role and couldn't fit. So now I transition woman. I fit in this role very well. I fit in the female role in life a lot better than I did a man. It's easier. Things are easier being a woman, but things are harder sometimes. Because you have to do it with diligence and diligent. Because if you do it with, I did that with ignorance. I did this with like if I go around like doing ignorant, you're not gonna happen. Well, actually, never gonna happen. That sort of gave me a clue of what I had to do here. That gave me a clue of what I had to do. So now I'm done doing it, which is great. So I'm doing it now. That is terrific that I'm doing this. But you know what I noticed too is that having a surgery done in Montreal was very exhilarating. It was a learning curve for me. It got me to realize just how much, it takes to do it. And getting there in Montreal, one thing, and all that too. Having it done now, all down below, you've probably seen post-op day 6. Having a surgery done, now all healed, I look at myself now, and would I ever go back to being a man? Probably not. If I did that, it would be a step backwards for me. And I would not fit in. I wouldn't be able to fit into a male role anyways in life. I never did fit into it since I was born. I always had that issue. That's why I would not, learning issue, got used to couldn't fit in my, if, honestly, I thought about, if my parent recognized this when I was younger, if my parent recognized this when I was younger, for an example, recognized it when I was 7, 8 years old, and they got me switched over to female white at that age. You know what? I would be totally different today. I probably would have excelled in school. I would have excelled in a lot of grades, right? I probably would not, and may not end up in Hamilton. I may not have, what I did in CPO, I did the young super things I did. Well, got me here in Hamilton, basically. Well, I didn't do super things. I'd probably still be in London, Ontario. I would have never ever met up with Willow's place. I would not know anybody. I would never meet Mrs. Sylvia in Hamilton. I would never ever meet the people I know. I probably would have gotten into housing, but it would be like things like that. But you know what? It would be like me, but I'd probably end up, I would still be on the streets in London, probably. Still be stuck out there years not knowing what to do. So honestly, when I look back on this, it was great that I done it, and I'm happy I done it. I probably would not have transitioned either. But if I did, well, I probably would have had the surgery done when I was a teenager. I probably look like much like this now. I do now. I probably get my hair done like this quite regularly, and that too at hair salons. For the 60s, I'll probably do it for years, I guess. And now, but unfortunately, I'm bald. You see my other video, I'm bald. I don't have hair. For me to look like a female, I need to have the hair to look like it proper. I need to look the. I would probably have a female face out of this too. Think about it. But honestly, I don't. See, what it is this. So honestly, for me, if I did when young, I would not be in the same position in today. But doing it at age, doing it last year at 59 years old, that put me in a bracket. Did put me in a bracket where I needed to be. So in life, that did actually change me inside permanently. The way I look at things now is a lot different. I looked at things a year ago. Before I go look at lady clothing, then I would see man clothing, both. But I mean, I want to buy, sometimes I gravitate toward lady clothes, but sometimes I gravitate toward man stuff. But now, when I go in the store, I only go in there and only look at lady stuff. I don't even look at man's much anymore. Matter of fact, I walk past man clothing on the rack, but you know what? It's not for me, honestly. There are some stuff, I still got 3 man t-shirts in my closet, but I rarely ever wear them anymore. I'm not different because I feel better. I feel much better I feel better now than I did before. I'm having this gender in my body makes me feel like a woman. Not only that, act like one, because when they take away your male, when they do surgery, they take out your male sex drive, completely eliminate it from your body. They strip you down. They take out your male parts and male sex drive, parts that make you male. They put the parts in that make you a female, like the uterus. They do a uterus, do the vagina part that makes you look like a female, to fix you up to squat like one, so you have to squat and all that. And when that's done, when the vagina starts to work, it literally changes how we behave. And by the end of the first month, your behavior completely go through a behavioral change. When I take a hormone, you have to be. Then you go through another behavioral change when you have the surgery done. The biggest one to go through is having that vagina. Then you're gonna act. They start acting more and more like a man, more and more female as they go on. You look more female, you act more female. Matter of fact is that because the vagina got a glitters in there, it says, tells you that you cannot, it stops you from acting like a man, for one. It literally does. It does it almost. And then when the first month after surgery, you feel tired, you feel like sluggish, because you don't have a T in the system to go. But then when you start taking estrogen and that, your body starts to get onto estrogen. It sees the estrogen, it sees it, then the brain takes time for the brain to see that below. And once the vagina starts responding with the brain, saying, I got a vagina, not really, and once the brain realizes there's a vagina there, it records that in the memory. Then it starts to reduce stuff to make the vagina work. And when that happens, the brain also goes through a permanent chemical change up here. So you end up the brain does a total changeover to female behavior. Then within about 2 months, about a month and a half after surgery, that's when we really start acting like a female. And I do now too act like I mean, I have to get up and do things. I want to do this, I want to do that. And vice versa. And it's simple. I want to do this, I want to do that, and that's what I do. But because I act like a woman, and then I wear a garter belt too. Figure that one out. I wear a garter belt on me, and I wear that very well. And it keeps me up, keep my very firm, make my back firm. So I can't really bend over too much, I can't bend over here. I can't bend my chest too much. Because a garter belt keeps you very firm indeed. And that's what it does. Pushes anything out, pushes your breast out, makes me look feminine, basically. More feminine than I ever did before. But I figured I'm going to wear the garter belt because it makes you stiff and more rigid up here. Gives you a heck of a lot of support in the chest area. which I need that support up there, and which I hadn't got it in my bra because they seem to be all dragging on you. So we're in this, and it gives me a heck of a lot of support, big time. It's a little uncomfortable, but you know what? I just haven't worn a garter belt. I have not worn the garter belt before. Didn't have worn one of these yet. I had not worn one like this before, so I'm not used to it. See, I hadn't worn anything like this yet. I'm not really used to it, you know. I'm still getting used to it. See, I'm still getting used to it, you know. Maybe if I wore it a whole freaking day, if I planned to do a day, I'd probably get used to it. One thing I have noted this, go eat something and going down the tube, but not going into your gut. It goes in the gut and it goes in there, but it goes straight in more or less. It keeps everything down in the body down here in line. It keeps everything in, keep all your innards in line. That's what I know about. Keep your innards in line, which I like, because without that, I probably would not be so much, you know. But having that done, but having this rig makes you look feminine, and I like that. But one thing about this rig is, you can buy these on Amazon. I bought this one to ship from the UK to be prepared to wait. But honestly, I feel happy about myself. Do you feel happy? I do. Anyways, vlog is now over. Hope you enjoy it, and that too, vlog over.